Morning everyone, it's Thursday and it's time for seated exercise, seated Pilates. So just find that nice tall posture through the spine. Just lengthen up, imagine that piece of string drawing you up towards the ceiling. Just really focusing on trying to get them shoulders down, relax. So just draw them shoulders back, get that sense of bringing them blades down towards the back pockets. Just what you should really lengthen through the sides of the body, and then think about really scooping in through that waist. So think about that wide band of strength or that belt. You just come into about the second or third hold of that belt. Just really engaging around that strong centre. Just what you think about lifting up through that pelvic floor. Just being nice and light on your chair, and just feeling the weight evenly placed between the sit bones. Just placing the ball or a cushion between the knees. So today we're going to be using our weights. So if we've got any weights, we can use the tins or the cans from your cupboard. I've got my resistance band. So my long band for stretching and side stretching and stretching out into the chest. And just a cushion or a ball, sorry, cushion or a block if you haven't got one. Yeah, just finding something you can just raise the feet up in line so the knees come in line with hips. Okay, so yeah, just grab them bits if you're going to use them, but we can do all the exercises without, so don't worry if you haven't got it. So I'm just placing that ball there just to make sure, like I say, my knees stay in line with the hips. We tendency to drop the knees in, you just want to place that ball there, or place that cushion. Either will work absolutely fine. We can always modify the exercises. So we're just going to start by, like I say, seated nice and tall, so just keep checking back with that posture. And we're just going to warm up into the body. So we're going to drop the head forwards, not bring the top of the body, just bring the head forward, so stretching into that neck, and then coming up. We're going to do that again. We're going to drop that head forwards, and we're going to come back. We're going to take it forward, so really getting that sense of lengthening and stretching into the back of the neck. You might feel that creeping down the top of the back as well if you're feeling particularly tight. So as you drop that head down, think about lifting up through that pelvic floor as well. We're dropping down and we're coming back. Do two more, so dropping down and coming back, and drop down and come back. We take that head from side to side, so just turning, so looking over your shoulder. So again, try not to twist into the body, keep the shoulders down, relaxed. We're just turning to the side, nice and tall through that posture. Just looking to see what's over that shoulder, and then looking to see what's over the other one. Just noticing how the neck is feeling. Is one side feeling tighter than the other? Might be depending on the way you've slept. You might have woken up with a really tight neck. We'll bring it back to the middle. We're just going to take 4, coming down and coming back. 4, 3, and 2. So just nodding that head. And 1. And then take 4 either side, so 2 and 3 and 4. We're going to do that again. So 4 head nods. 4, 3 and 2 and 1, and then side to side. 4, 1, 2. That's the middle between 3 and 4. And then just drop that chin down and just roll it round, ear round the shoulder. Just rolling around and really enjoying that nice stretch. Just letting the head and neck be very heavy and just rolling around. And again, just being aware that we're not dropping forward into the top of the back or rolling around into the shoulders. So just getting a lovely stretch. Just letting that head come forward and roll it around to each shoulder. Brilliant. We'll do that once on each side. Make this the last one, and then we're going to come back to the middle. We're going to take hands to shoulders, relax them shoulders down. We're going to imagine that we've got pencils on the end of the elbows and we're drawing nice big circles. We just bring them elbows round and then to the side and back. Brilliant. Keep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Just checking into that posture and then coming round in the other direction. Give a nice big stretch and mobilise, mobilisation into the shoulders. Brilliant. Let's just stay with one arm. So draw a circle with one arm. Nice big circle round. And let's draw a circle with the other. Just really moving into that shoulder. Getting it moving, getting it warm before we start our main exercise. And just roll around. Just breathe in as you move that arm and then coming round in the other direction. Sometimes we have a tendency to hold the breath when we're exercising or when we're stretching. We don't want to do that. So bring that back to the beginning. Just going to turn to the side and look to the back of the room. So try to keep the hips facing forward and just turn into the back of the room and come back. And we're going to turn and come back. And turn and back. Turn and back. Keep nice and tall. Do 2 more. And back. And turn and back. We're going to drop the arms down, just some nice big circles. So really warming up the arms and getting them moving, getting these shoulders moving, and the top of the back. Do 2 more. We're going to leave one arm up, hold onto the chair, making sure we're safe. We're going to lengthen through the side of the body. And we're going to come over for a really nice stretch, and then we're going to come back. We're going to do that. We're going to lengthen up and come over. And come back. We're going to lengthen and come over and back. Drop that shoulder down each time. Lengthen and come over and come back. Let's take it up and over in the other direction. Hand on the chair, lengthen inside the body and come over. Really stretching into the side of the body. Noticing if one side is tighter than the other. So I think this is my tightest side today. Might be the way I slept. And come back. We do 1 more. And bring the arms around. We're going to come into a lovely big beachball stretch. So tucking head towards hips. So relaxing them shoulders. If that doesn't work, we'll place the hands on the thighs. So nice big stretch. And then come up nice and tall. Nice big stretch. Relax them shoulders down. And come up. Do a few more. Come around. And up. And around. And up. Bring the arms down if we can. We're just going to rest on the heel. And we're just going to circle that foot around. Might need to move that block away or just bring the foot to the edge of the foot. We're using the foot. Circle around in one direction and circle around in the other. Brilliant. And then change, circling round in one direction and circling around in the other. Bring the feet back, so just checking that posture again, so feet in line with knees, knees in line with hips, adding that ball or that cushion or that block if you need to, making sure you're sitting nice and tall, but not pushing or arching into that spine, so find that neutral spine, so that natural curve in the body, relaxing the shoulders down and open it into that chest. Okay, so we're going to start with our dumb waiter. So I'm going to use my weights. Totally up to you whether you want to use weights or whether or your tins or just work without. So really good for opening into the chest and getting that lovely position through the shoulders. So just checking where the shoulders are before we start. So we don't want to start from this position. So roll the shoulders back. Get that feeling that you're drawing the shoulder blades together. We're just coming into that neutral spine, so tucking that pelvis very slightly, chin it slightly tucked. We're going to take the arms out to the side and they're going to come back. Just checking them shoulders each time, just making sure they're in the right position. If you need to stop and reset, that's absolutely fine. Just hands, palms up to the ceiling and just turning and coming back. Turning them out. Yeah, take them out and bring them back. Just breathe in, inhale, and exhale. And just working with that. Just seeing if you can move them, take the arms out slightly more each time. Would you do more reps? And do 2 more. Just keep breathing. And then come back to the middle. We're just going to do 1 arm and take it out for 6. and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. I'm thinking about just that gentle squeeze into the ball as well. Take that arm out, we'll take it out for 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2. Just recheck that posture. And 1, and come back to the beginning. We're going to take them out as we started. We're going to lengthen them out. So now if you're holding the tinge, you need to just wrap your hands around it. We're going to take it down, bring it back into that beginning position and bring the arms forward. So take it out to the side. We're going to lengthen. Take the arms down, take the arms up, bring it back. And as you lengthen the arms, you don't want to lock them arms out. Elbows are slightly soft. Shoulders are relaxing down, so not any higher than the shoulders, just coming down past the shoulders. And out to the side, lengthen, take the arms down, bring the arms up, bring them in, and forwards. Let's do that 3 more times if we can. If we need to rest, that's fine. You might want to join in for the last one. So 3, and 2, and 1. Just place the weights down. We're just going to circle the wrists, just to release off into the hands. Might be a bit of tension there, holding the weights in the hands, and just circle round in the other direction. Scroll the shoulders round, and back. Make this your last one and reset that posture, so draw the shoulders down and back. We're going to start this exercise, so no weights, taking the arms out to the side of the body. So arms coming down just slightly lower than the shoulders and making sure that you're not locking the arms out, creating tension through the neck. So elbows soft, palms facing down. So we're going to imagine that we've got a ball floating in the air just under the hand. We're going to bring the hands under the ball and then over. But as we bring the hands over, we're not taking it any higher than shoulders. Shoulders down, relax. Get that sense of feeling in the shoulder blades on the back. So coming around that ball, so hands, palms are down, palms are up. And arms aren't too far, so I can see it far back. I can see my hands out the corner of my eyes. Just come over and under. The arms will start to tire. Just see if you can challenge the body to do a few more. If not, if you need to, just rest. You might be able to join in the last few. We'll do 3, 2, and 1. We're going to see if we can make that a little bit bigger. So a bigger range of movement, but obviously not coming up too high. So you take the circle down a bit and come over and down and over and down. Arms are nice and long but not locked out. Keep going, keep breathing. You might be feeling them shoulders. And we do 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and breathe. Make this the last one. And bring the arms down. Just roll the shoulders round. Nice big circle through the shoulders. And then we're going to take the arms out in front. We're going to do the same thing in front. Just make sure you drop them shoulders down. Palms facing down to start and not locking them arms out. So soft shoulders and bring the arms just slightly lower than the shoulder line. We're just going to bring it down. Imagine that ball. So that small ball, so to start with thinking of a tennis ball. So bring the palms under that tennis ball and just hover it over the top. Just over and under. Palms down, palms up. Keep breathing. Palms down, palms up. Keep moving the arms. And we do 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. And then this time we're going to make that movement a little bit bigger, as we did with the arms out to the side. So bring it down lower. So we've got this side ball. We're just clearing that ball, but not bringing them arms too high. So clear that ball, palms going up, palms down, and palms up. Just bring them arms round in front of you. So from here, we'll do 5 quick counts. So 5, and 4, and 3. Recheck that posture, and 2, and 1. Bring the arms back onto the legs. Just roll the shoulders around. We'll make the arms nice and long. Roll them around. And again, just circle the wrist around. Just releasing any tension or any strain there. We'll stretch out to the hands and wrists later, and then circle around again. So moving on. Our next exercise, we're going to sit nice and tall. We're going to take our arms out in front, palms are facing each other. Just reset that posture before we start, so just drop them shoulders down. So let's start by just reaching one arm forward towards the screen and then bring it back. Stretch forward the front arm and bring it back. Stretch forward and just bring that shoulder blade back into its socket. So reach and come back. Reach, come back, do one more on each arm, and back, and reach, and back. So keeping them at the shoulders down, relaxed, feeling the shoulder blades. We're just going to start by drawing the arm back. So we're keeping the hips facing forward. Might be a bit difficult if you've got a chair that's stopping you from moving the arm back. Just do what you can. And come back. And draw the arm back. It's like you're pulling back with the bow and arrow, like you're pulling back. Pull back. So keep the arm in quite close to the body. And pull it back. Pull back. Pull back. Pull 6. And 5. Keep that shoulder down. And 4. And 3. And 2, and 1, and this time we're going to draw it back, and we're going to turn with the arm and come back again. We're going to draw it back, we're going to turn and come back, back and turn. We're going to draw it back and turn. Just keep the hip space forward as much as you can, and just turning and then coming forward. And turn, and turn, and turn. 4 more, keep the shoulders down, relaxed. 3, and 2, and 1. And then this time we're going to take it back as we did. We're going to open to the back of the room and we're going to bring it back around. So hips facing forward, we're going to turn, bring the arm back, we're going to lengthen it out, we're going to bring it round. Carry on, drawing it back, hips facing forward as much as you can, draw the arm back and lengthen it and bring it round. We draw it back, look to the arm and bring it back round. We're going to draw it back, lengthen and round. And draw it back, take it out and bring it round. Do one more on each side, draw it back, lengthen and round, draw it back, lengthen and round. Just bring the arms down, roll the shoulders, just release off into them shoulders. Just roll them round. Brilliant, well done. We're going to grab our resistance band, so we're going to grab our band. So if we haven't got a stretchy band, we can do this exercise without. So I'll show you what we will be doing. So sit up nice and tall. We're going to bring the arms in front. And we're just going to pull that band slightly. So arms are slightly wider than shoulders, not too wide, but just a little bit wider than shoulders. I'm just going to bring the arms up, stretch that band and then release it down. And stretch. So if you've got a dressing gown cord, you can still, although it's not going to stretch like that, you can still just pull on that band or that dressing gown cord and just feel the arms doing some work. So we're just bringing the arms up just in front of the head, not any higher than that. We're not bringing it up to the crown of the head. So just pull on that band very slightly and come back. Or if you haven't got anything, just still bringing the arms up and just imagine there's some resistance there. And bringing the arms up and come down. And come up and down. Just put it on that band very slightly, just some activation through them shoulders and through the tops of the arms, biceps. And come down. And come up. And come down. And then from there, we're going to take our arms a little bit wider. And we're going to stretch into that band, come up to the crown of the head. If we can, we're going to pull the band behind us. We're going to take it up again. And we're going to bring it down. Relax them shoulders down. So take it up to the crown of the head and past. We're going to come out and come up. If that's too much, you can bring it up, just stop it in front of the head and put it here and down. If you haven't got the band, just coming up and still trying to get that real open position through the front of the chest, but without arching to that back, so you've still got that natural crown. So coming up. If you can get it, it's a really nice stretch into the shoulders and come back and into the front of the chest. So coming up and stretch and up and down and up and stretch and up and down and up and stretch and up and down. We'll do two more like this if we can. Up and stretch and up and down. Make this your last one. Up, stretch and up and down. Just give the shoulders a moment just to release, just a small little circles. We're going to use that band again. Taking the arms a little bit wider, we're going to bring the arms up. Just taking the legs a little bit wider, feet. You can still keep the contact level. We're going to really stretch over and we're going to pull that band down to the side and really get stretch at the side of the body. So if it isn't safe for you to do so without holding onto your chair, don't use the band, take the arm up and really stretch. Just always checking in that you are safe with what you're doing. So coming up, we're going to stay on that side, we're going to come over and pull down on that arm towards the floor and come back, reset that posture. So lengthen through the side of the body rather than draw the shoulders up towards the ears. Just stretch and come back. Let's do that a few more times. Lengthen through the side and through the back. Come over and stretch and come back. Let's do that again. So we're going to lengthen up, come over and stretch. And really feel that lovely stretch from the right of your leg into the side of the body. Let's do that on the other side. So we're going to come up and over and stretch, come back and down. We're going to come up, come over, stretch, come back and down. We're going to come over, stretch, come over, back and down. Do that two more times. Come over, stretching out to the side of the body, really pulling that band down, come back and bring that band down. We're going to use that band again for the next exercise, but just roll the shoulders round. Just circle them arms round. Just releasing off through the shoulders. Brilliant. We're going to take the band out again in front of us. Crowns again slightly wider. We're just sitting up nice and tall and we're coming around and we're just stretching to get a nice stretch into that side and moving that. So try to get the hips staying forward. We're going to turn with the arms and then pull and come back. So we're working the shoulders as well. We're getting a stretch, turn and pull and come back. Relax them shoulders down. Turn and pull and come back. Try to keep them wrists neutral. We're going to turn, we're going to pull and come back. Once more, we're going to turn and pull and come back. Brilliant. Just bring that arm, that shoulder down, sorry, that band down. Again, roll round the shoulders. Take some nice big arm circles. Just stretch out into the arms, nice and long, and yeah, loose, gentle circles. No tension there. Just releasing off those bent shoulders. So we're just going to think about the hands and the wrists and into the forearms, sit nice and tall, keeping that pull there. We're just going to start by just touching thumb to each finger. So thumb through to each finger. Just moving them fingers, just tapping. That's it. Just trying to get that coordination in that brain going. Let's just stay on one hand, so touch each finger. We've got one there. Just touching each one, and then on the other hand, just touching. So this time, we're just going to flick each finger out. Just flicking, just each finger, just getting it moving. Just placing your thumb over each finger and just flicking it out. As if you're flicking water. Do that twice more. Flick, 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 flick. That's it, really. Just circle them wrists round. Take that nice and long. We're going to drop the wrists down, so really stretching into the forearm there. So that lovely stretch. You might want to move that from side to side a little bit. Just feeling that stretch. The same the other side. Just drop that wrist down. Just move it around. I mean, you might feel the stretch really nice just there. But if you want to just play around with that, just move that from side to side. Just going to gently take the hand, the other hand, and just gently. Not putting a lot of pressure, but just see if you can stretch like this to the body a little bit more, and just really get that sensation, that stretch into the top of that arm. And then again, you can move it around there. The same thing, so dropping over, just dropping right down. Just applying a little bit of pressure there, not a lot, and again. Option to move it from side to side just to deepen that stretch. It needs to feel a little bit deeper, and you can feel it in a different place. And then again, just circle and wrist round. And then circle round in the other direction. Going to work down the body, so we work the top part and the arms. We've done some exercises to the back. We're going to sit nice and tall. Place the hand on the tummy and the other hand just on the lower back. We're just going to think about activating that core. So just getting that sense of drawing that tummy in nice and strong. So just placing that hand quite firmly on the tummy and the hand on the back, so we're not changing the position of the back. I want you to really think about drawing that tummy away from the hand. So you're getting that sense of drawing that belly button to the back of the spine, but you're drawing it away from the hand. And then you're going to bring it back to the hand, but with control. You're not just letting it push out, you're controlling it. So draw the tummy away from the hand. You're activating the muscles and release. And as you do so, I want you to think about lifting up through that pelvic floor as well. So lift up through that pelvic floor, we're going to hold that there. And then release both the core and the pelvic floor muscles. So work it together, pull that tummy in, draw up through that pelvic floor. So back to front passage and then release. So draw that away from the hand. And then release. Draw it away. And then release. Draw it away. And then release. We'll do that once more. Draw it away from the hand. And then release. Brilliant. So I'm going to think about just mobilising it into that spine. So I'm going to take that all away. So just being aware of not dropping them knees together. So finding that space between the knees. We're just going to place the hands on the ball, and we're going to gently just roll forward. So just get that sense of dropping that head, dropping the shoulders, and just rolling forward very slowly. And then we're going to reset that spine. So imagine you're peeling your back away from the wall. Sit nice and tall. We're going to inhale, exhale, drop the head, drop the shoulders, and just roll that forward. Just get that lovely stretch through the back, and then roll up. So your hands taking the pressure on the ball. Got nice and tall. So use that centre as you roll forward. You can really think that. Engage through that centre, come forward. And then roll back nice and tall. And then we're going to drop the head, drop the shoulders, and roll forwards. And roll back. Nice and tall. We're going to do that a couple more times. We're going to see if we get that movement a little bit bigger. Roll forwards. And then roll back. And then we're going to roll forwards. And roll back. So this time, making that movement bigger if we can, but just making sure that we are safe if we do the movement. So nice and tall. We're going to inhale. As we exhale, we're going to drop the head. Drop the shoulders, and we're just going to roll that ball forward. Really scooping that tummy, coming down as much as you can, and then rolling back. And reset that spine. So we're going to drop the head, we're going to drop the shoulders, we're going to exhale and roll forward, core nice and strong, so you're not hanging on that back. Just being aware that this might be the first movement into the spine. So just rolling it all the way, rolling down, and coming back up again. We'll do that once more. Reset that spine, and we're going to roll down, drop the head, drop the shoulders, and roll down, and then roll up. Brilliant, brilliant, roll down. Let's think about the legs then. So we're going to activate the legs. We're going to place that ball between the legs. Other hands rest on the chair or just on the thighs, but just making sure we don't drop the shoulders forward. Always thinking about that posture. So nice and tall. If we haven't got a ball or a cushion folded, you can squeeze. Just put the fists there and just squeeze with the fists. And if you feel that you need to help the legs a little bit, we can apply that little bit of pressure. Obviously, as long as you have the fists there, you can't do that. Okay, so we've got all there. Find that lovely posture. We're going to squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and squeeze and release. So really activated into the thigh. So as you're squeezing, think about lifting up. A really good chance to lift up with that pelvic floor and release. We're engaging through that centre, so core nice and strong and release. Lift up with that pelvic floor as you squeeze and release at the leg, lifting it down. And squeeze, control that movement and release. And squeeze. So these are quick release pelvic floor exercises. So squeeze and release. And squeeze and release. We'll do two more. And squeeze and release. And squeeze. So this time we're going to squeeze and hold for the count of 6. We're going to squeeze and lift up that pelvic floor for 6, 5, 4. Keep that pressure on. 3, 2, 1. Release. We're going to squeeze and hold and lift for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. We're going to squeeze and hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. We'll do that 2 more times. We're going to squeeze and hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. We'll do that once more. We're going to squeeze and hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Brilliant. So I'm just going to think about, carry on thinking about the legs and the feet as well. So just find that nice tall posture. So just check into that body. Just feel what it's doing and what it should be doing, but it isn't doing. So squeeze that ball, and we're going to lift the heel, and then we're going to put it down, and we're going to release that ball. We're going to squeeze the ball, we're going to lift the heel, we're going to bring it down, and we're going to release. We're going to squeeze and lift, bring it down, and release. And squeeze and lift, bring it down, and squeeze and lift, bring it down, squeeze and lift, bring it down, so slow and controlled, try and place that heel down without too much movement from side to side, place it down, squeeze, bring it up, bring it down, release once more, squeeze, bring it up, bring it down, release. So this time, we're going to squeeze that ball, we're going to lift that leg, we're going to bring it down, and we're going to release. We're going to squeeze, we're going to lift, bring it down, and release. We're going to squeeze and lift, bring it down, and release. Squeeze and lift, bring it down, and release. 3 more times, squeeze and lift, bring it down, and release. Once more, squeeze and lift, bring it down, and release. Brilliant. We're just going to mobilise into that ankle, and then we're going to take the pull down. So we're just going to keep that ball where it is. We're going to apply that pressure a little bit. We're going to lift that heel, and we're just going to circle that ankle where there's still a little bit of pressure. Just a bit of pressure going on into the legs. So just mobilising, just circling around that ankle. There's much movement there, and then circling around the other, and you're not losing that ball while you do so. Place it down, let's do the same on the other side. So just squeeze that ball, circle around, so you might release that pressure a little bit into that ball, but just making sure you don't lose it. Circle around in one direction, and then circle around in the other. Okay, so place the heels back down. Let's come into a lovely stretch. Sit up nice and tall. Let's just start by dropping that head right around the shoulder, and then just bring the head back down to almost look towards the armpit. Just to stretch into that neck. Just really stretch in here. Roll it around. We'll do the same thing. Bring it around to ear to shoulder, and then almost looking down towards the armpit. Or it might be slightly different for you. Just move until you feel that really nice deep connection. That lovely stretch. Bring it back to the middle. Do the same again. So roll it round, and then bring it back. So you look towards the armpit. And again, roll it around, and then look towards the armpit. Just breathe while you stretch. Really, really important. Just come back to the middle. I'm going to take it over to one side, so ear to shoulder. Again, feeling that stretch, and then just come back up. Ear to shoulder, we're going to hold that stretch there. Really feeling it. And come back, do it once on each side. Ear to shoulder, and really feel that lovely stretch. And come back. Ear to shoulder. And come back. We're going to stretch the arms up, both arms. And we're just going to really stretch up, so we're just stretching the fingertips towards the ceiling. So really lengthen out through the top of the body. Just trying to lengthen out with the hips. A nice big stretch. Just really feeling that. And then from there, I'm just going to grab, I'm going to grab my wrist, and I'm just going to stretch over. But if you can't do that, we're going to take the hand to the chair and make yourself safe. So lengthen through that arm and really stretching over. And just feeling that lovely, lovely stretch. And then come back. So grab the other wrist, if it's okay to do so, and stretch over. Brilliant. Bring the arms down. I'm going to place one hand across. I'm just going to turn a nice tall spine. And look to the back of the room. I'm going to hold that there, taking some nice deep breaths. And we're going to change over. And swap. Nice and tall. I'm just holding with the chair. Just get that little deeper bit of a stretch. And then turning nice and tall and turn. Don't sink into that posture to make the most. And then stretch that arm, put that arm right down. Stretch across. And then swap over, put that arm down, and really stretch across. Keep that shoulder right down. Feel that lovely stretch into the top of the back, into that shoulder blade. Brilliant. Just going to get rid of that ball, get rid of that block. Just going to get my band. Get around the foot. Sit up nice and tall. So try and get that heel of the block. If not, bring the block back. Just pull it on that band. If not, resting on that maybe with that band or resting down cord. That's really, really important to sit up nice and tall and come forward from there. And just feel that stretch. Just really feel that lovely stretch. Flexing that foot as much as you can, and ideally holding this for at least 20 seconds. Get that length of the spine so you're not throwing the head back or tipping it too far forward. It's just a nice line up to the ceiling. And then just drop that foot away, take the band away, and just roll that foot round in one direction. And roll it round. And the other. The same thing on the other side. Nice and tall. Put on that band or rest on that thigh. And just come forward. Find the length through that spine. Really stretch into the back of that leg. Just get that lovely posture while you do the stretch. Move the toes towards the bone, or toes to shins. So you want to think about it. Brilliant. And then just bring that band away, circling round in one direction and then circling round in the other. Brilliant, well done everyone. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you again next week.